What is going on, good people of YouTube? It is me, Chavez. I am back. Ooh. We are back with another day, a new week, a new day, damn near a new month. Tomorrow starts a brand new month. Already 5 months into this bitch. As always, I hope this finds you doing well and in good spirits. It's been a while. It's been a few days since our last live stream, which was Friday morning. Was not able to get to a live stream on Saturday. However, I did post on the YouTube channel. Nice little $10 giveaway. We'll be doing the name drawing on today's stream. So if you commented, then you are in. If you did not comment, then you're not in. That's simple. We got injury news to go over. We got turds of the day. No live stream on Sunday or Monday. So 3 straight days of no live stream. So I'm sure there had to have been at least one person that pissed you off. Maybe it was me. Hopefully not. But if so, that's cool too. We'll go over some turds of the day. And then we'll go over some plays that I like as well. Take a look at the Discord over the weekend. We've been eating very quietly and politely. We've been eating a lot at the table. I'll show you what I'm talking about a little in a few minutes, I should say. That's it. Go over your Q&As and wrap this bitch up. Taco Tuesday. Hope everybody's doing well. Once again, if you're just joining the live stream, hit that like button on your way in. It means a ton, helping this channel get bigger every single day. I see 5 viewers on the stream. We should have 5 likes. It's that simple. Especially if I get to one of your questions today. Hit that like button. It means a ton. And we're going to get this going. Per usual, per tradition, #blessed. Getting off to the most morbid start in YouTube live stream history. Maybe not. But over 10% of the US population dies every single night in their sleep. So if you're seeing this face, if you're hearing this voice, you are not dead. At least I don't think you're dead if you're able to do those things. So you woke up. #blessed. Do something cool today. Do something nice for yourself. And then maybe do something nice for somebody else. That's not selfish. That's called self-care. More people should do more of it. #blessed. And we move on to the injury report for today, Tuesday, April 30th, 2024. Very small injury list, as we've seen in the playoffs. Same names are going to be on this injury list. Very rare that we'll get any sort of changes unless there's a major injury within the game. We already know that Giannis is doubtful. He's doubtful this whole entire series. It's possible his playoff run ends tonight, as I believe the Bucks are on the brink of elimination, if I'm not mistaken. What a failed experiment that was in Milwaukee. I'm sorry. Bringing Dame to Milwaukee was just not a good fit. They've actually regressed this year compared to previous years. So that's my hot take. I think that was a bad move. But Giannis, Dame, doubtful. Bojan out. Embiid, Halliburton, Mitchell Robinson, all questionable. Embiid's playing today. I don't know how many minutes. He played 44 minutes in his last game. His minutes have actually gone up each game this series. So what's the next step? 48. He's going to play a complete game. I mean, that's a lot for a guy with a bum knee. So we'll see. I think we see a little drop in his performance today. But that is my opinion. But that's your injury report right there on the screen. Very small injury report. Nothing too crazy. Should be easy for us to monitor throughout the day, unless we get some out of the woodwork news. Drove says, what's going on, Drove? Good morning, by the way. Do you use ESPN Bet? I don't. It's a book. It's a sports book. I can't use sports books in Texas, unfortunately, but I hear positive things about them. Unless I'm wrong. Is it a pick'em site also? Like DraftKings, I can't use DraftKings Sportsbook. I can use DraftKings like DFS, like fantasy lineups and stuff. I can do those. Like the traditional daily fantasy sports, I can do those. But like FanDuel, DraftKings have actual books. I cannot play those in Texas, unfortunately. So anything that's like an actual book, unfortunately, I can't partake. But I really wish I could, because I know a lot of people eat on these books. I wish I could be a part of that shit. That'd be dope. What's going on, JR? JR, you're in North Carolina, right? Top of the morning to you, sir. Waking and baking, rolling and bowling. Sports Bucks, where it's been killing it. Yeah, I hear. Oh, really? You won 1.1 off of Aaron Judge? What? His hits, runs, and RBIs? What was the prop? Nice, man. Congrats. It's a lot of breakfast burritos, huh? Let's move on to the next slide. We got turds of the day to talk about. So turds of the weekend, really. If you're new to the stream here, what we do is we try to create the most morbid, depressing starts to the live stream as possibly can, talking about death, injuries, and turds. But turds are just another way of going over players or slips or coaches or organizations or whatever that really chalked your lineup, chalked your slip, kept you from cashing out big. We'll talk about a few of those if you have them. If you don't, we'll move on, because that means you profited. If you don't have many turds to talk about, it means you probably did well. So throw that in the chat. If you did well, if you made a little profit over the weekend, throw that in the chat. I had a great weekend, to be honest with you. The Discord had a great weekend. In terms of turds, man, that Austin Reeves rebound prop yesterday really pissed me off. The Bradley Beal discount on Sunday, I believe it was, really pissed me off. The discount on his PRA, that guy had just one of the worst games of the season, and what a way to go out as the Suns get swept and eliminated. I did not touch that Brandon Ingram discount. I hope you did not either. I wrote him up for the under on his fantasy points in my Discord, and that hit. I also took the under on his PRA and his points. So there was a reason why they dropped his point prop. There's a reason for that. I didn't touch that, so I avoided that landmine and stuck to just my research. I stuck to my research, and I stuck to my research yesterday. So it worked out. But yeah, big turd for sure. If you played Brandon Ingram yesterday, big turd. Bradley Beal was a big turd. For me, the Austin Reeves was a big turd. That sucked for him to not get those rebounds, because that cost me a potential 25x yesterday. What's going on, Jim the Judge? Good morning. Salute and blessings to you. JR, 150 bet, Yankees to win, Judge Hohen. Oh, nice. Congrats. Oh, happy birthday, man. I wish I had like an applause button or like a confetti button or something to throw it on the screen, but happy birthday. What's that? 25? 24 years old? Nonetheless, happy birthday to you, sir. All right, let's get it going. Any turds? JR definitely doesn't have a turd. Or at least Aaron Judge was not his turd of the day or turd of the weekend. 15 viewers on the stream. I appreciate y'all being here. If you're here for the picks, give it a second. I got a whole spiel, a whole intro to get to before we get to the Q&A. So just keep in mind, this is a full hour live stream. What's up, Damien? Good morning. Hit for 40x this weekend. Brought me back from a terrible month. Let's get it for May. Absolutely. Did you put that in the Discord? The 40x? I must have missed it, man. That's nice. Congrats. All right. 51 years young. No way, man. No way. Congrats, man. Congrats. 51 milestone. All right, let's move on. No turds to talk about. That's how I like it. I'm assuming everyone had a good weekend in terms of their slips. So let's get this going. So over the weekend, Saturday morning, I posted on the YouTube channel that there would not be a live stream, unfortunately. So in order to make that up, to you all, I decided to issue a nice little giveaway. So all you needed to do was comment on the post with your favorite play or your play of the day. Like the post, comment on it, and that's it. And I would take all the comments, throw them into a name drawing, and at random, and Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, whatever you use, $10 to use towards your next slip. Well, you can use it towards whatever you want, but hopefully you can use it towards your next slip and maybe turn that 10 into a 10x, something like that. So without further delay, let's get into it. So giveaway time here on the stream. I've done a couple of these in the past, and they're really fun. So I'd like to keep doing something like this. I don't know about every day. Maybe once a week, maybe once a month, something like that. But basically what we're going to do is going to head on over to this little random wheel that wheeloffames.com is the website. So basically what I did is I went ahead and I just copied all the names from all the comments. So we had 8 unique comments, no dupes, and I just put them on the wheel. And what we're gonna do is just spin this bitch around, and then wherever it lands is who wins. And then so what we're gonna do is if it lands on your name, then what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to hit me up in my Discord. Just send me a DM. I'm not asking you for money. Just hit me up in my Discord. Just shoot me a DM with your preferred payment method and your username or whatever, your ID, right? That way I can get your money over to you. You got 24 hours to do that. If you can't do that within 24 hours, then you must not like money. So we're going to give this a spin, and from there, we'll know who the winner is. So good luck, everybody. And the winner is Damien 8438. I literally just copied and pasted the username as it showed in the comments. I didn't shorten it or anything. I just copy and pasted it. So Damien, congrats, man. You are the winner of the $10 giveaway. You are already in the Discord. So I'm just gonna shoot me a DM, man. And let me know what your preferred method is, and we'll get that going. We'll get that going for you, man. Congrats. That was fun. That was quick. That was super quick. All right. I just want to make sure you see that, Damien. I'm going to take it off the screen now. We're going to get on with the rest of the stream. So let's get this going. All right. So giveaway done. So again, we just recapped our giveaway. Listen, that's why it's important that you follow the channel and you pay attention to the posts and have your notification bell turned on so that you don't miss on stuff like this. So I don't know when the next giveaway will be. Maybe we'll run one at the end of the week, something like that. We'll figure this out, but I'm sure you guys have no problem with just getting free money. So let's move on to one quick announcement, one quick offer from the Discord. 10-day pass. I think this is a great idea that I came up with. A 10-day pass, $9.99, 10-day pass, $1 a day. Listen, when we get into what the Discord's been up to over the last few days, you're gonna see that $10 you could have made that up your first day in the Discord and then some. Definitely would have made it up yesterday. So if you're interested in taking this for a spin and you don't want to commit to a month or a year, 10 days, $9.99, $1 a day. Less than $1 a day. Just DM me in the Discord. Let me know you're ready to roll. Let's do it. Set you up for 10 days. You like it? Cool. Keep going. If you don't like it, no harm, no foul. But I bet you make that money back in your first day. Bet that. All right. Speaking of the Discord, speaking of winning, speaking of making things up in your first day, I want to take you through the winning slips channel over in my Discord. Now this is accessible to all members, freemium and premium, but I just want to show you, since it's been a few days since we've been on stream, I just want to show you what's been going on in the Discord. So Really early Friday morning, posted this esports play that damn near hit for a 10x, but I'll take that double up. And I'm just going to scroll through and show you all the winning slips that we've had from members, that we've had from providers throughout the weekend, not just on PrizePicks, but Underdog, Better, wherever you're playing. Big T with a nice $300 hit, sharing this winning slip with everybody. We got Reptilian Bird Brain with the 3x. Lopez, one of our providers, cashing out on his MLB slips. Damien, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits right there. A few of mine from Sunday. Nice. I think this had a great chance of going 6x, but Stuart Fairchild got scratched. But we go 2 for 2 on this one, 3 for 3 with that LeBron promo on Better. The only reason I posted this one is because I shared this slip in my channel, so I just wanted to show everybody what the results were. But $3 is really not profit. I know that. But we got very close. Had it not been for Devers completely shit in the bed, we would have definitely cashed on the double up. No worries. We had Evan Carter shit the bed on this one, but otherwise 2x could have been a nice 6x right there. You see how close we're getting here? Push on this one. Nice collab with Lopez. Boom. Nice little 3x here. Just a lot of green. Another slip from Big T. This is from Sunday night. Nice 5-pick sweep over on Underdog. Boom, 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 boom. Nice $50 hit. Nice $30 hit right there. There's another $30 hit right there. Not the same slip. Not the same slip. Tyrese Halliburton was the only player that was in both, but different slips. There's 60 on Underdog. There's another 50 on Better. There's another 125 on PrizePicks. There's another 25x on PrizePicks. This is all on Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Big T cashing out on his slips. Goes on and on and on. Better has been running these LeBron James promos the last 2 or 3 games. And I've just been cashing out on these. Just nothing is easy, but you can't get much easier than a 0.5 promo. I'm sorry. That's a free bet right there. And you just got to make at least one other decision, the right decision on one other player to cash this out. And I decided to go with a 3-pick so I can 5x it, and it worked out. Blake Perkins fucked up my Underdog slip yesterday. Otherwise, it would have been another 5-pick sweep, another 10x, but we get the 2.25, I believe, 2.5. Brandon Ingram under fantasy score right up in Discord yesterday. There's another 3x. Share this. A lot of these slips are being shared in freemium and premium. So like I said, you make that money back in your first day. That was a long ass scroll through the winning slips channel, but I just want to show you what's been going on over the weekend. For $9.99, 10 days. Even if you just get your money back and you decide not to come back, you didn't lose anything. So that's the name of the game. Don't lose and make profit. And we move on, ladies and gentlemen. If you're interested, again, $9.99, 10-day pass. Hit me up in the Discord and let's get you set up. All right, we're moving on to PrizePicks dashboard. We're going to pull this up. So today we're going to go over all your Q&A. We're going to get as many of your questions in as possible. We got 3 playoff games today, 4 playoff games today. Three playoff games today. We got a full slate of MLB today. Whatever else you want to throw in. We're going to research everything using props.cash. And then by the end of the stream, hopefully you have learned a little bit, gathered enough information to help you make some informative selections for your slips. If you're curious as to what this slip is, this is a slip that I did play and I shared in the Discord for everyone to see. going under on a few bucks today. And as I said that, Chris Middleton gets bumped down. Now, PrizePicks is not a bitch for doing that. That play has been up there for about 5 hours. So you got to be early on these. Also taking the under on Tatum's PRA tomorrow, Bam's rebounds and assists tomorrow, and Derek Lively the second under on his points. So looking for a 25x on that one, but we shall see. But we don't have to talk about my slips. Let's clear this out. Like I said, this slip is over in the Discord. So if you're interested in telling that, just go ahead and click the link in the Discord. It'll pull up the slip and you can put as much money on it as you want. If you got big banks in the pocket, put $100 on it. All right. Let's do this. Let's start talking about some plays on the board. I didn't wake up this morning saying, oh, I got to play the unders on the Milwaukee Bucks. But as I begin to do the research, they are really popping in a lot of places for the under on a lot of books. It's possible that they have a resurgence of a game. Dame and Giannis are doubtful. So I think we see the same lineup out there, the same minutes, the same, role for these guys. I think for me, it's just a matter of just a team that's just depleted in and out, and there's only so much you can do without your top two stars in the game. So I'm looking for the Pacers to just like clean up a little bit today. And if they're going to clean up a little bit, then I'd rather take some unders on Bucks rather than overs on Pacers. What is going on? Good morning, Big Icy. Knuckles, did I say what's up to you? Good morning. Early bird gets the worm, no doubt. Early bird gets a lot of shit. All right. Any player props y'all want to look at? Throw them in the chat. Jim with the first prop of the day. Turner over points and rebounds at 29.5. Now this one's on Underdog, but let's see if we can find it on PrizePicks. I have a lot of apps open right now. Let me close one of these apps up. All right. So Turner over 29.5 points and rebounds. It is right there. Damian says Freddie Peralta over 6.5 strikeouts on Sleeper. I wonder what they have as strikeout prop for on PrizePicks. Yeah, it doesn't matter where you guys play. Play on Sleeper. I literally search Sleeper. I've done this so many times. Literally the last word out of my mouth is what I search. So definitely not trying to search for a sleeper. All right, so 6.5 strikeouts is his line on Sleeper. You can see what PrizePicks has done is they've gone ahead and given you a Goblin, which is a reduced payout. Then they're giving you a huge Demon prop that you can't take the under on, so you have to take the over on this one. And so the middle line is nowhere to be found on PrizePicks. So this is why it's important to play on multiple pick'em sites. This is why I try to post slips in the Discord for different pick'em sites, because not everyone plays on PrizePicks, but also PrizePicks doesn't always have the best lines. You're fooling yourself if you think that they do. So as you can see right here, you either go way under or way over on Peralta. So there's not even a line worth taking, to be honest with you. But we can definitely look up his strikeouts on props.cash. I'm gonna throw his pitching outs up there. It's possible he goes 6 innings today and he's averaging a strikeout per inning. So if he's in there for 6+ innings, 6+ strikeouts. JR wants to take a look at Josh Hart under 14 points. Forgot he was my turd last game. Oh man, yeah. Well, not if he took his fucking rebounds. He had 17 of those things. It's ridiculous, dude. I don't think it's more like I don't think it's more evident that Embiid is just not 100% when Josh Hart is leading the game in rebounds. Like Tobias Harris is out rebounding Joel Embiid. I mean, he has at least a couple of times this series, and he's just not 100%. He's not able to crash the glass. He's not chasing shit down. I mean, he really has to be selective. And when those like bursts of energy, you know, moments are going to happen in the game, he cannot go all out like we're used to seeing him play in the playoffs or even in a regular season. So see Josh Hart grab 17 rebounds in a game. I mean, also speaks to, you know, Mitchell Robinson not being in the game, Isaiah Hartenstein being in foul trouble. So you have a lot of those factors, and together as one, they form Voltron. And there you have Josh Hart getting you 17 boards. But taking the under on his points has been a pretty smart line this series. He's not scoring a lot. He doesn't really have to. And he could probably still go over his PRA and not get you 10 points. He can get you 9 points, 6 assists, and 15 rebounds, some shit like that. Come pretty close to going over on his PRA without getting you 14 points. Maybe get you 12 points. It's possible he goes over PRA and under points. It's very possible. T's looking at OG. Dude, OG Anunoby, that dude has some big ass calves, dude. I was like watching the game on Sunday, and him he was, you know, they were shooting free throws, and he wasn't shooting the free throw, but he was just, you know, on the line or on the side, whatever. And just like looking at him, and his calves were like Popeye forearms and shit. I was like, who the hell is that? That's OG? I did not realize that dude was that big. That's a big motherfucker right there. That's like a defensive end in the NFL and shit. That's a big ass dude, man. It's funny, you don't realize how massive these NBA players are. You really can't appreciate their athleticism and size unless you actually go to a game and see them in person. You get an idea of just how different those people are. People who sit at home and say, I would have done this. No, you would not. Shut the fuck up. You would not have done anything differently. You would have torn out your damn ACL chasing down a ball. Joel Embiid would have elbowed you in the fucking eye. Like these idiots who sit on their couch talking shit, like how they would have done something differently. Get out of here, man. This ain't the YMCA. This ain't the rec league. This ain't flag football, man. Get out of here. All right, we're looking at Banchero under 12 rebounds and assists. I have not been paying much attention to him this series outside of that one massive game he had where he just crushed every prop. Much more competitive series than it looked like it was going to be at the beginning of this series, right? I mean, it's pretty competitive. Magic holding their own. All right, we got 5 player props on the board right now. We got Turner overs, PR. We're going to take a look at Peralta's outs, but what we really want to take a look at is strikeouts over 5.5, and that's going to be on underdog. Hart under points, OG under threes, and Banchero under points and rebounds and assists. Let's take our talents over to props.cash and let's start breaking these down. So if you've not used props.cash before, if you are new to props.cash, you've never seen it in real time, you don't know what I'm talking about, that's quite all right. That's quite all right, because you're about to get a one-on-one, a live tutorial, so to speak, on props.cash. So if after seeing props.cash used in real time and you like what you see, then I have a promo code for you. Wow, look at that. How did that happen? Promo code thanks25, 25% off your first month over on props.cash. At checkout, all you got to do is enter that promo code Thanks25. Take it out for a spin. See if you like it. And if you like it, then you keep going. If you don't like it, then you paid less than full price for a full month of awesome resources. Pay attention to how we break plays down here on the stream. That way you know how to use props.cash properly, so that when you do sign up, you're ready to roll. You're ready to hit the ground running. You don't have to waste any time trying to figure shit out. Let's go. Props.cash. Boom. We're going to pull it up. We're going to start researching. By the way, if you just recently started using props.cash, or maybe you've been using props.cash for a while, don't forget about these blogs that are kind of buried underneath everything on the homepage. Every day, unless one of these sports is over with, like hockey's in their playoff run. So at some point there won't be any hockey blog or NBA blog, but that'll be supplanted by WNBA information. And baseball will be around for a while. So anyway, typically get 3 blogs to take a look at, and the writers over on props.cash do a great job of breaking down certain plays. They don't tell you to take the over or under. They just basically give you the information and show you what they're seeing, but it's good insight and it's a good start to your research. You could do a lot worse with your research than checking those blogs out. So check those out over on props.cash. We only have one MLB play in this block of player props. So we're going to start with the Peralta line, and we're going to take a look at his strikeouts, and we're going to take a look at his innings pitched. Now, if you want to play his strikeout prop at 6.5, you're going to have to do it on another site than PrizePicks. Projected for 7.78. So right here, you have his projections across the board. Projections are subjective. They vary from site to site. It never hurts when we have the projections aligned with the odds. Odds are in favor of the over, as are the projections. It doesn't always happen like that. What you want to pay attention to are the odds down here. And what we're looking at is 6.5 strikeout prop for Peralta. DraftKings PointsBet, BetMGM, Caesars, and Pinnacle all like the over convincingly. So this one is rounding out to be a pretty good play. His matchup with Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's whiffing at a pretty hefty rate versus right-handed pitching this season at 23.2. One thing I like to take a look at is the BVP. Just like to see some of the exposure some of these batters have had to a pitcher. The more times a batter has seen a pitcher, typically the more comfortable they are, maybe the better they do. They've seen their pitches. They kind of know what to expect. Usually when you see batters facing a pitcher for the first time, you give the nod to the pitcher on that one, because the batter is just kind of not sure what to expect. We've seen that happen a lot. Pitchers making their debut against the team do well at times. They go over strikeout prop because those batters have never seen that pitcher and never faced them before. In this case, Peralta has seen a lot of these dudes. We take a look at the strikeout rate on some of these guys, though. 20%, 33%, 50%. Yandy Diaz striking out 20% versus Peralta. Rosario striking out at a 33% rate versus Peralta. Jose Siri, only 2 at-bats, but struck out 1 time, so it's 50% strikeout rate. Numbers are what they are. If Peralta is on top of his shit today, he should crush this line. He is averaging 1.35 strikeouts per inning. So if the guy goes 6 innings, he should definitely get you 6 to 7 strikeouts. We need 7 for this one. So 6 does us no good, but 6 is on the way to 7. In terms of his outs, if you wanted to roll with his outs, you could. The odds are not as in favor of the over as they are for his strikeouts. So maybe you don't really care about his pitching outs, but he is capable of that 18 to 19 pitching outs, which is basically 6 plus 6 1/3 inning. Knowing that he doesn't need to go 7 innings to get you 8, 7, 9 strikeouts is great. So in a lot of these games, he's striking out multiple batters in an inning, which is what you want. This one looks good. Good odds, good projections. Facing a team that does whiff over 20%, 23% to right-handed pitching this season. So strikeouts look strong. You want to play that over on underdog. Or if you feel like he has 9, 10 strikeouts in his bag today, then you play the demon on PrizePicks. I don't recommend it. But if that's how you want to spend your money, I'm not going to tell you not to do it. All right. 5 other plays in this block of player props we're going to talk about over in the NBA today. Hit that like button on your way in. If you're just joining the stream, hit that like button. It means a ton. Throw a question in the chat. I'll get to it if I can. I can't make promises. But I'll try my best. So Josh Hart trying his best is an understatement, as he has just absolutely crushed in this series. Some would argue he's the best player on his team in this series. Some would argue. I didn't say everyone thinks that, but I've heard cases being made that the Knicks would not be in this series without Josh Hart. Going to take a look at his points today. All right, so liking the under on his 14.5 points. You see that it is at 13 in certain places. So it's possible that we see this bump across the books. But as of now, if you got 14.5, that is the highest line that you are going to see. The odds on this under minus 119, 115, 120 on BetMGM that likes the over, minus 120 to the under on PointsBet. FanDuel likes it over minus 130 at 13.5. So if after looking at these game logs, you're like, what? Why would you take the under on his points? The guy's just been absolutely crushing. Yeah. He has been crushing. So listen, if you have reservations on his points, don't take them. Don't take them. But here's what happened last game. Jalen Brunson happened last game. Josh Hart took 7 shots and missed all of them. That's not going to happen all the time. Now, what's more likely to happen is Josh Hart going 2 for 6, 3 for 8, something like that. But 0 for 7 is kind of an anomaly. But when you combine the poor shooting night and just Jalen Brunson going off, yeah, that's what you get. So here's what the question you have to ask yourself. Jalen Brunson, repeat performance or similar, right? 30 plus points, which is going to take a lot of usage away from Josh Hart. Josh Hart gives 2 shits about leading the team in scoring. He just wants to win. So Jalen Brunson doesn't struggle this game. It does suppress the upside of Josh Hart. When you factor that in along with the odds that are mostly in favor of the under, and his projection is at 14, which is under 15, it does look like a pretty solid under. However, if it's too close for you, I honestly would just stay away from it or find it at 13.5 and take the over. But I think that Josh Hart play is in play. All right, we got OG, and then we'll head over to Miles Turner and then Paolo Banchero. So we're going to look at the under OG Anunoby threes. Was it the under? Let me just double check if I had that right. I have the under, but we're seeing positive odds, at least on one book, for the over on his threes. Let's take a look at it. Over on FanDuel, over on DraftKings, over on Caesars, over on BetMGM, and over on PointsBet. So unanimous overs on all 5 books. When we take a look at his numbers versus Philly, at least in this series, he's averaging basically 1 3-pointer a game. Now, 3 of those came in 1 game. So while the averages look good, the game to game doesn't look all that good, right? There's 2 games where he got you 0. There's 1 game where he got you 1. But basically, he's averaging 1. So it's very important to not just look at averages, but figure out what goes into the average, because this looks a lot different than that average, right? So 3 games out of 4, he has gone under. He needs 2 today. He's projected for 1.63, which is basically 2. So there's the over on that one. The odds are all in favor of the over. I guess one more thing we could take a look at are his three-point attempts, his volume from 3. Back-to-back games of 4 threes attempted. He made 3 here, 0, 0, 1. I mean, if you're looking to take the under on this one makes sense in terms of what he's doing against this team. I think we have like a pattern for a lot of players. You got to pay attention to the game logs. There will always be that one game where a player goes off, but the rest of the games, it may not be the case, right? So with OG, he goes off for 3 3-pointers made. In no other game, he came close to that. These are the results. Like these things happen. These are facts. We don't have to guess. We don't have to like try to predict the future. This is what happened. He's playing the same team every single game. There's no change. There's no change. There's no significant difference from game to game, except that players are just getting more tired and more fatigued, and they're getting beat up. That's it. 3 out of 4 games, 75% of the time, he's gone under this against this team. So I guess if you're going to take the over on this one, you ask yourself, what's different about this game? On the year, OG was a that's not what we want. There you go. On the year, OG's averaging 2 threes a game. So playoffs have been a little struggle for him. I don't mind taking the under on this one. I think there's a lot of data here that supports the under, but if you want to go with the odds, and that is what you go by, you can make a case for the over, because the odds are speaking positively about that one. But we've seen this, in all the playoff series, right? We've seen this in all the playoff series, trends are a thing. Adjustments are made every single game, and they're made easier every single game because you're playing the same team every single game. There's no changes to the rotation. There's no changes to the lineup. So teams can start focusing and making adjustments faster in the playoffs. So if a player has a great game, they can make those adjustments game over game. So I don't personally see anything that would change in this game for OG. He's not going to take 6 or 7 threes. That's not his game. And every time he shoots a 3, that's a shot that Brunson doesn't take, that DiVincenzo doesn't take. So I think the under on this one, you can make a case for. I really do. All right, let's move on. That was a long breakdown on OG's threes. We're going to take a look at Banchero. In this game, under his rebounds and assists, sitting at 12. And we're going to look at the last 5 games here. So well, if this There we go. So two out of the last 5 games, but really what we're looking at is these 4. This is the playoff series. Here's that one game. Outside of this one game where he just went completely nuts, he hasn't gotten there. Yeah, he got very close here. At 12.5, this hooks. At 12, he pushes. But this is what I'm talking about. Here's another example of that one game in the series where a player has, where they play above, but the rest of the games are telling you a different story. So when we look at his projections today, he is projected for 13 rebounds and assists. He hasn't gotten 13 yet in this series. Well, just once, but outside of that game, there is no such thing as close. You either hit it or you don't. You don't get money for getting close. PrizePicks doesn't give you a percentage if you got close. So to me, 12 is not close. 12 is a loss. But that one game had probably a lot of people taking the over on this game when you saw what happened. Let's take a look at his odds here. So at 11.5, BetMGM had this at split. Caesars liked the over big time, as did DraftKings. But at 12.5, PointsBet likes the under, FanDuel likes the under, and those two are closer to 12. So at 12, you are risking the push. If you can find this at 12.5, play the under. That's the best line, honestly. Or find it at 11.5 and play the over. But the 12 is, PrizePicks knows what they're doing. This is kind of like no man's land here. I'd probably stay away from it at 12 just because that 0.5 makes a huge difference for something like this. All right, last play on this block. We're going to take a look at Miles Turner, points and rebounds. This could be a completely different series, right? With a healthy Giannis and a healthy Dame. So 29.5 is what his line is on Underdog. If you can find it at 28 anywhere, that's the best line. 28.5, that's what you want. Although in 2 of these games, back-to-back games, he didn't need a 0.5. He crushed it by 10. So there's this upside here, but it doesn't matter what they've done in the past. That should never stop you from looking for the best line. Why would you play at a higher line? There's no reason for that. Oh, he's gone over it in back-to-back games anyway. It's okay. No. Play the lowest line possible. Play the best line possible. This is not happening every game. So 28.5 is your best line for the over, but if you still want to roll with it at 29.5, the odds are still not terrible. -121, -120, even odds over on PointsBet, -125 on FanDuel. DraftKings slightly likes the under at 115 to the under. So he's 2 for 2 against Milwaukee. It is Miles Turner. There is no Giannis in these games, so foul trouble is really not a concern. Well, with Miles Turner, it kind of is because he'll find a way to foul. But I think this could have been a different series for him had Giannis been healthy. See, he's still got 4 and 5 fouls in these fucking games. So no, Giannis doesn't guarantee clean games for him, but still, it's possible that we see him foul out in one of these games. It's possible that his fouls are increased here if Giannis is healthy. So that's really, really helped him out. I don't mind the over on this one. My only reservation on this one is if by chance the Pacers find a way to just coast in this game and we see these players start to sit down a little earlier. Like the Celtics game yesterday, right? Unsung hero, Derek White. By now, everybody knows who Derek White is. But did you expect Derek White to go out for 38 points yesterday? Tatum scores 20. Literally no other player on that team scored 20 points outside of Tatum and White. Tatum goes under PRA. Brown goes under PRA. I think Holiday may have gone under PRA. Kristaps got hurt. This is a game where Kristaps Porzingis got hurt, only played the first half. Jason Tatum wasn't needed to do much. So a similar situation for the Bucks and the Pacers. Is this a game where we see like Siakam go off, Halliburton have an okay game, Miles Turner have an okay game, they get the win, and somehow they manage to go under their line? That's my only concern with this game. Outside of that, I think you still have a lot of good information here for the over on Turner. All right. Man, I really wish that Banchero was at 12.5. That would be an easy under. But 12 is just too close where that push is a bitch. All right, so we got the over on Turner, but you already know my reservation on that one, my concern. We got the over on Peralta strikeouts. I'm not touching his pitching outs, but I think his strikeouts are more in play, and that's on underdog. Definitely not on PrizePicks. So find his strikeouts at 6.5 somewhere else. Josh Hart, under points. We talked about what could go into that. OG under 3s. And then Banchero under 12 rebounds and assists. Or you could just stay away from him because that push potential is real. All right, we'll screenshot these. We'll move into a second block of props. All right. If you wanted to run this slip, there is no pay increase right off the bat. The pay increase for these star players comes in the form of promo funds once everything is settled. So you're not going to see it reflect in your breakdown here. So if you were looking to go over on Peralta's strikeout prop, the demon strikeout prop, which, like I said, if you feel like he goes out there and has that 9 to 10 strikeout upside, then his strikeout props are in play on PrizePicks at a much more inflated line. If you wanted to throw his, if you wanted to throw that demon in there, I'll just show you what the payout would be on that one. With a demon prop in there, it does significantly boost your odds of winning, or boost your payout. So from a 10x standard payout to a 20, so that's a pretty strong payout. You aren't getting anything for the 4x, so this one would not be worth it to me because you'd have to get all 5 right in order for you to get the most money. Sometimes with the 6 picks, if you get 5 out of 6, you still get a nice little boost. But in this case, on a 5 pick, you don't. So if you're going to run the demon prop, make sure you're running them in 6 picks. That way you get the added bonus for not having a perfect slip. It doesn't make any sense to run a 5 pick if you're not going to get a boost on the 4 out of 5. Like that's a real possibility to miss one. So you'd like to get some money on that one. A little bit more money if you could. All right. Siakam under 9.5 rebounds. I just got a notification about that being a good play. All right, so we just talked about Peralta. Hit that like button on your way in. 24 viewers on the stream. Hit that like button. If you're throwing a question in the chat, definitely hit that like button. All right. Talked about OG's 3s. Banchero. Vibes, what's up? Good morning to Vibes. Ryan Armandaris. Good morning to you. Jesus. Good morning to you. Divine. Good morning to you. Bobby under his points. I think that's in play. You can also look to his PRA and under his 36 PRA. This does scare me a little bit. During the regular season, we always look at the 5 games, and it's not a matter of once a player goes 5 straight games of going under or over, then it flips. But what it is the regression, either positive regression or just your normal regression. So in this case, it'd be positive regression for Bobby Portis. However, the last 4 games have been against the same team. Playoffs are different. Teams make adjustments. They play defense better in the playoffs. They try harder in the playoffs. So I'm not concerned with the 5 straight games of the under, meaning, oh, this game he goes over. It's a really big line. This was his best game of the series, and he did not get over that. 35 is not 37, so it wasn't even close. That was an outlier game. He's a better player than 7 PRA, but this is who he is, 27-ish, right? So I think taking the under on his PRA could be in play. You can also look at the under on his points, but let's take a look at his points, and that's the question that was put in the chat. Taking the under on that. I think tonight is going to be a little sweaty. You're right, T. Maxi points plus assists and Obi Toppin points. Obi Toppin points last game won me some money over on Underdog and PrizePicks. That's what helped me cash out my 25x. I took the over 8 points for Obi Toppin. He finished with 9. And then I took the under on his rebounds at 4.5. He finishes with 2. Hit 2 25x slips thanks to Obi Toppin. So gonna take a look at his points today. You like the over on those? Is Obi Toppin the unsung hero today? Is Obi Toppin the Pacers' Derek White? Is that who we see pop off today in a game where it could be a balanced attack for the Pacers? We don't see too many people go over their lines. Maybe it's a reserve player like TJ McConnell going out there and dishing out 15 assists or some shit like that. Maxi points plus assists. And I don't even know if you were looking to take the over on these, Ryan. I don't know why I assumed you want to take the over. So just tell me in the chat if you were looking at the over on these or not. Jesus says Obi Toppin PRA or points? Definitely points. Definitely points. Because come on, man. He doesn't have a PRA line on PrizePicks because people will be taking the under on it. But when we take a look at his game logs on props.cash, we can look at his PRA. Jalen Suggs points and assists over 16.5. Boss man 334. Is that your birthday or area code? Yeah, Bobby Portis under on his PRA. We'll take a look at his PRA also on props.cash when we look at his points. If you want to take the over on Bobby Portis rebounds, $13 rebounds. He's been snagging, but he hasn't been snagging 13. So as he continues to get better in terms of his rebound opportunities, as a game over game, so his odds increase or his lines increase. So there was a point where his rebounds were like 10 or something like that, 10.5, which is over in 3 straight games. But now he needs 13. So it's caught up. So he needs 13 rebounds today. There's always the possibility that a player goes out there and has that's always gonna be a thing. But if that were the case, you would play 0 props, because that would be your logic for everything. You know, oh, I want to take the over on this one, but that guy could go out there and have a bad game, so I guess I won't play it. You can say that shit for any player prop. So that's why it's important to just stick to the things you can prove versus all this subjective stuff, the hypotheticals. You'll talk yourself out of anything. So, and if you go with the research and it doesn't work, that doesn't mean that the research was bad. It just means that player had a good game or a bad game. But long term, if you have a sound research process, you know, that's what's going to, I think that's what's going to pay off. All right. Maxi PRA, but it got bumped over. Okay, gotcha. All right, we got 4 player props on the board. We got Taco Tuesday today as well, right? I wonder what the taco is going to be today. Let's see whose line is standing out. Maybe we can get a jump on it. Embiid. Embiid taco, PRA taco, Brunson PRA taco. Although I don't think Brunson needs any help getting the over. That guy is playing ridiculously well. To see him post up Tobias Harris and shoot what was like a hook shot like over him, like that was ridiculous, dude. That guy, he's so fucking good. Brunson, Embiid, maybe, definitely not Maxi. It's already been, it could be Maxi, but these are super high. Basically, you want to look for player props that you could be looking at the under on to begin with, and those are typically some props that will be considered for the bump down, right? Portis, Embiid, Brunson, maybe Siakam, maybe Middleton. Middleton got bumped down from 40.5 to 39.5, but those are just some plays that are a little high, so you could be looking at the bump down. All right, let's take these 4 plays. I thought we had 5 plays on the board. Just 4? Ooh. All right. Let's take these 4. Let's break them down. All right, let's take a look at Bobby Portis. Take a look at his points under 21. These have been bumped down to 21 from 21.5. He has failed to go over this line, both the bump and the original line, in all 4 games this series. Bobby Portis's points would be about 12.5 today if both Giannis and Dame were healthy. So you're seeing a 10-point increase on these lines for him. Yeah, it's a tough matchup, man. The under at 21.5 is getting odds -115. So pretty even odds. At 20.5, these are getting way better odds. But again, He had that one game where he had 44 minutes played. The rest of these games, 30. Field goal percentages are the same in these games. 3-point percentages are the same. There's nothing different game over game. I mean, these are almost identical lines. Points look good. Now the PRA, even with that massive rebound game, he still didn't go over PRA at 36.5. Bobby Portis needs to go over 36.5 PRA with points and rebounds because he's not going to make a big impact with assists. The most assists you'll see him give you, 3. I mean, on the year, he's a 1.2 assists per game guy. These games play without Giannis and Dame, combination of the two, he's averaging less than 1 assist a game. So he needs to give you 37 points and rebounds to go over 37 PRA. You could just look to his points and rebounds today, and that's still at a pretty big number. I don't think you could, if you just want to go under on a few of his props, you could. The points do look really good though. PRA also looks really good. If you want to go under on his rebounds, you could. But these odds are a little bit more in favor of the over. PRA minus 135 on DraftKings, 123 on Caesars, 125 on BetMGM. PointsBet is the only book that does have the over on this one. PRA and points seem like a pretty strong pick. So either one. Maybe play both of them in different slips. I don't know. But I like them both. Obi Toppin. We're going to take a look at Obi Toppin's points, sitting at 8.5. 3 straight games of overs for him. I said he only got 9 that last game. When I saw it, it was at 9. So on my underdog slip, it read 9 because that's the point. At that point, it hit the over. But he finished with 13 points. Doesn't matter. I don't get extra money for that shit. So 9 or more, just all the same. I don't care. He got the over. 3 straight games of the over. Now, today's line a little higher than it was last game. Last game, it opened up at 7.5. It closed out at 8. It's already a point higher based off this output. See, had he scored like 9 points only, I think we would have saw his line come in at 7.5 again. But because he has back-to-back games of 13 plus, they're going to bump that shit up. So it doesn't even help us out. See, he scores more than 8.5 last game and gets the over for us, but it doesn't help us out for the next game. So we need this shit in that range. Barely hit the over. That's all we want. That way the next game, the line stay the same. Under on DraftKings, under on Caesars. Whoa, big under on BetMGM. Clean under, no juice to the over. Heavy odds to the under, while PointsBet, Caesars, DraftKings, and FanDuel do have some juice to the over. So on those 4 books, the lines are pretty not even, but it's not clear. It's a little murky. So there is still a case to be made for the over on his points, projected for 11, which honestly is not that bad of a projection if you factor in what he's been doing over his last 3 games in this series. Now, he doesn't play a ton of minutes, okay? But he's in there for one reason and one reason only, and it's to score points. So within his first 3 minutes in the game, last game, I think he took like 3 shots, if I'm not mistaken. In the first quarter last last game, he scored 9 points in the first quarter. He hit the over on his full game point prop in the first quarter. He played 5 minutes and made 4 of 6 shots. That's what he's there to do. So it's possible that this shit happens again. They're not stopping him. I don't think they're as concerned with stopping Obi Toppin, as they are with shutting down Halliburton, Turner, Siakam. So I think his points could be in play. I don't know if you can find a first half point prop for him, but it's possible that he hits full game point prop in the first half. That's what he's there to do. Shoot the ball. Completely different output in the second half. So look at the scoring second half versus first half. Nice. Toppin's points are in play. All right. Portis, Toppin. Let's look at Suggs and Maxey, and that'll close out this round of props. Hit that like button on your way in, especially if I answered one of your player prop questions. I think that's fair. I think it's a fair trade-off. So we're going to take a look at his points and assists. Are they 31 and a half? Yeah. All right. So 31 and a half is your line. So on FanDuel, we got over. DraftKings likes the under. Caesars likes the under. PointsBet is split. And BetMGM is split, which is higher odds. Well, actually, BetMGM is split with higher odds. I don't know what I'm talking about. Take everything I just said within the last 5 seconds and erase it from your memory. BetMGM, minus 130 to the over, 120 to the under, but the line is 30 and a half. So we don't care about that one. That one's not in play on PrizePicks. Here are the 4 books that have it at 31 and a half. Under, with the split odds, you can play it as an under or over. They're identical numbers to each side, but under, flat under on Caesars, flat under on DraftKings, 1 over on FanDuel. So FanDuel is the only book that has it going over, like decisively over. He is projected for 32.65 points and assists, which is 33. He has gone over this in 3 straight games prior to last game where he did fall short. So it's great that you have 3 games in this series where he has surpassed this line. I don't know if it's a coincidence or a correlation, but as Embiid has gotten healthier, as Embiid has improved his play game over game, Maxey's numbers have kind of declined. So if you feel like Embiid is in line for a massive game or another one of these big games, it's possible that we see Maxey just take that back seat. Or if you're under the impression that what more can Joel Embiid do? He can't play more than 44 minutes. I mean, what's the next step? How much more does he have left in the tank? Will Maxey be asked to do more in this game? And in that case, you can make a case for the over. But based off the odds and projections, the over is in play. Minutes are never in question with this guy. This guy's playing 40 plus minutes in every single game. We've seen his assists drop game over game as well. So keep your, pay attention to this. His potential assists have been there. 9 is a pretty decent number, but 16 and 12, okay? With 12 potential assists, he converted 50% of them. With 16, he converted 10. And at 9, so this tells me that he had 12 potential assists and he converted 6 of them. That just tells me his teammates were missing shots. So if these guys start knocking down their shots and get back to what they were doing in the first 2 games here, you know, we should see the over on his assists, and that's only going to help his points and assist line. Jalen Suggs, points and rebounds. Is it points and assists? Same number, points and rebounds, points and assists. Almost identical odds here. He's projected for 18 points and rebounds today. Even on PointsBet, under on BetMGM, under on Caesars, even on DraftKings, and under on FanDuel. So, you know, out of these 5 books, they either like the under or they're split. They don't know what to do with this one. 4 playoff games, 2 overs, 2 unders. This is the game where I'm looking at right now because this the PR line is set to 16.5 and he needs 17. This is what he got in that first game. What did he do in that first game? 29 minutes played. He took 16 shot attempts. That's a little high for him. He's not going to see 16 shot attempts again. I mean, somebody would have to get injured, like a bigger name than Cole Anthony. Who got hurt first game? Cole Anthony, right? Yeah, so his shot volume needs to be there, or he just needs to be incredibly efficient from the field to go over on this one. Rebounds have been pretty strong outside of last game. I mean, had he just done what he did in the first 3 games and got you 4 rebounds, he gets you 16 PRA. So yeah, it's really going to come down to his scoring. He needs 13 points today. He needs 13 points and 4 rebounds. To me, that's a very reasonable line. That's long. That's right in the line with what he's been doing all series. If he gets you 12 or less, he's not going over this line. He needs 7 rebounds at that point, 6 rebounds at that point to go over. It's just not going to happen. 13 points, 4 rebounds. That's what you need from him. You need a better shooting day. $12 or less is not going to get it done. So if you feel like he goes out there and gets you 13 plus, projected for 14 points, the odds on his points are really strong across the board. A little juice to the under on these books, but mostly to the over. They're projected for 14. Now, if he goes out there and gets you 14 points, then he can have a bad rebounding game. He can get you 3 rebounds and still go over. So 13 is the minimum. Anything over 13, he should get the over on his points and rebounds. All right, so we got the over on Maxey, over on Suggs, over on Toppin, under on Portis's points. Watch Portis go out there and score 30. All right, screenshotting those, clear these out. Miles Turner over 7 threes attempted. Damn. To LA. What's up, man? Good morning. Big Icy over 34.5 PRA for Mitchell. Josh Hart rebounds or RA? Too risky? Yeah. Right. So the game he went under on, he got hurt. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like his points are projected for the over. The odds are really good on his points. It's going to come down to his points, right? He's just not that big of a rebounder, especially with guys on the team that are snagging boards. But he doesn't need a lot of rebounds. If he scores 14 points today, he doesn't need more than 3. So that looks good. You like his PA over his PR? Because they're the same line, 16.5. He's projected for 18 PA and 18 PR. So the odds on his PA over on DraftKings, even on Caesars. Trying to clear out. I keep getting these spam. How do y'all handle spam calls? Y'all can't just answer it on stream. Do y'all answer spam calls? I like to answer spam calls when I'm not on stream and not say anything and just breathe into the phone, and then they just hang up. But if you just tell the person, please take me off your list, think by law they have to remove you from their call list so you won't hear from them again. I just like to fuck around sometimes. Don't be calling my ass with bullshit information. I'm gonna breathe into your ear for 3 seconds. BetMGM likes the over on this one. I think the PA and the PR are about the same in terms of odds and just projections. You know, I think they're pretty, so it really just comes down to preference. Which one do you want? Now, in terms of his assist, we already discussed the importance of his points. So if he's going to get you 14 points, we think he's going to get you around 14 points. He needs 3 or more assists. He's already doing that. He's done that in every single game, 3+ assists. So if he gets you 14 points, 3 assists, there's your over right there. Versus the rebounds. I mean, now that we're looking at it, I think his points and assists might be a better play. Both seem favorable, but based off the assist production, it's very consistent. And what we're looking at, the magic number is 3 assists here. He is yet to go under 3 assists in this series. I think that one's good. That's a good find, T. All right. Josh Hart, rebounds and assists. Is it too risky? I mean, ain't they all risky? $16.5. All right. So he's only projected for 15. Gone over this in 2 of his last 4 games against Philly. 2 of his last 5, but we don't care about that one. These are playoff games. Actually, let's just do that. So 50% hit rate. It's his damn assist. When he doesn't go over this one, it's due to his assists not being on point, right? 15 and 12. 2 and 6. Well, he had a down rebounding game in this one then, right? Yeah. It's crazy when you look at his rebounding prop of 12.5. That's Bobby Portis rebounding prop. And the odds say take the under on this one because it's such a high line. And you're getting massive odds to the under at 12.5. But this is just one of those plays where it feels like a wagon at this point where you just ride it until those wheels fall off. Now, he did benefit. We talked about this already. No Mitch Robb in the game. Hardenstein got into massive foul trouble in the 3rd quarter. Precious Achiuwa was out there for most of the 4th quarter, most of the 2nd half. It opened up a lot of rebounding opportunities for Josh Hart. And with Joel Embiid not being 100%, I mean, it just all came together. Now, we know that Joel Embiid is still not at 100%. And with every playoff game, he's elevated his performance, but he's not getting healthier. He's gutting it out. Hardenstein isn't getting the foul trouble this game. If he's on the floor more, I don't even know if Mitchell Robinson is out. I think he's questionable. So I don't know if another 17 rebound performance is in the cards. If he were to get you 15 rebounds, which is that's a hell high number, man. He should go over his PR. He should go over his RA. if he were to have a down game and get you 13 rebounds, which is a really good rebounding number for him, but 13 rebounds, he would have to get you 4 assists. I like the over on his assist today. It's one of the plays that I put on my cheat sheet. And I really like what I was seeing, you know, when doing the research. If he gets you 4.5, the minimum is 5 to go over. So five assists plus a bad rebounding game for Josh Hart and gets you 12 rebounds, that's 17. He gets you 13 rebounds, that's 18. Both of those numbers are greater than 16.5. So I don't think this is risky, but if you're just trying to pinpoint, like, where is that production coming from? If you just want to focus on, like, you know, hey, this is like the one thing that I know he's going to probably do every game, which is grab boards. You could look to that one. I like his assist personally, especially if Jalen Brunson is going to continue to just keep heating up and get hot, stay hot. I like that for Josh Hart. I don't think it's risky though. Yeah, hard assist at 4.5. The books are definitely not on Josh Hart. This is like, I use this example a lot, but last year when I started playing a lot of underdog and this different pick'em sites, there was a good 2 weeks where Shohei Ohtani and Ronald Acuna had fantasy scores of 9, 10, 11 on underdog, and every single game the odds would be in favor of the under because it's a super high line, and more than likely players don't go that high except for those 2 players. And so every game I would take the under because that's what the odds are telling me, and they would just go out there and do the opposite. And that's when I kind of figured out sometimes players are just on a roll and you just roll with it. And so even if the line seems super high and by logical standards they should go under because that's what the numbers say, basketball is played on the court, and if a player is on another level, they're the only ones that are going to tell you when it's time to come down, right? So if you feel like Josh Hart is on that level right now, then you're going to look to take the overs despite what the books say, or just stay away from it. It's okay if you don't play a Josh Hart prop today. I mean, there are tons of props you can play in place of that one. Don't ever feel like you have to play a play. It's not like you're getting more money for that one prop on PrizePicks. They're all the same. So pick a different play. Pick a play that doesn't stress you out. Don't get stressed out by this shit. It's supposed to be fun. Mitchell almost said Mitchell Donovan. Donovan Mitchell over PRA. $34.5 is his line. All right, so first 2 games of the series in Cleveland, crushed. In Orlando, look at this shit. Identical. Okay, so based off this, you would say over at home. Projected for 35. He's projected for the over by 0.68. If you can play this on BetMGM, play it at 33.5. That is a nice line. I have not even looked to see if this is where else it is. I'm looking at an underdog is at 34. I'm not going to do that on stream. $34 under on Caesars, split on DraftKings, over on FanDuel, and under on play the over on PointsBet. Play the over on BetMGM. Anywhere else at 34.5? Let's talk about it. Projections look strong across the board. 24 points. So he's not projected to do anything crazy. Like, he's not projected to go off for 40, 8 boards, 12 assists. This looks like a ho-hum kind of game where he's just giving you production on all 3 categories. Nothing too crazy, okay? 6 assists, 5 boards, 25 points. Seems like another day at the office for Donovan Mitchell. That's what he does. Unless he's in Orlando. That damn Orlando nightlife. Back in Cleveland. Over his last 15 games at home, this is what Donovan Mitchell has done at home. He's averaged 42, 35 in his last 5, and 40 in his last 10 on the road. Maybe he's not so much of a fluke. Maybe he is a player that you target when at home. This is like one of the lowest lines we've seen for Donovan Mitchell in a long time. So if you are a buy low kind of person, then you're all over this shit. It's not getting any lower unless you're playing it on BetMGM. If you're going to play this at 33.5 on BetMGM, that's your best line. Joel Embiid's PRA dropped from 48 to 47. So they are dropping his line because too many people are taking the under on it. Over on Donovan Mitchell's points also could be something you look at. All his lines are very reasonable. Well, they bumped his assist. Even then, it's okay. I wouldn't go out of my way to play it at 5, but it's not inflated. I don't think that's too high of a number. 4.5 rebounds is in play. 24.5 points is in play. Points and rebounds is in play. With a slightly above average shooting night, Donovan Mitchell could probably get this over on points alone. And if you feel like you can get the over on points alone, then now you start getting into that risky territory of demons. Because if he has an above average shooting night, now you're creeping into that 29-point category. But these are the 2 plays that we talked about. I don't think that hard is too risky. You could look to take the over on this one or pick one of the 2 rebounds or assists. 13 rebounds is what he needs. 5 assists is what he needs. That's a total of 18. You are getting a discount at this line. He only needs 17. So if you're all about the value, take the over on his RA. You have options with Josh Hart today. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, is that it? Is that going to do it for today? Oh, Miles Turner, 3s attempted. Take a look at that one. Three out of 4 games this series, he's gone over. And that's not the extent of the research, but honestly, with 3-point attempted, especially in the playoffs, facing the same team, game in and game out, there's not a ton of digging into game logs with this one. It's a matter of okay, so it's a matter of minutes and volume. So Turner gets into foul trouble, can't shoot from the bench. So that's number one. He needs to be on the floor. Number two, he needs to shoot a lot when he's on the floor. So we could take a look at his field goal attempts over the series and just see if anything has changed, see if it's been consistent. This is going to be a pretty straightforward breakdown, though. 4 straight games of 3+ threes, okay? Minutes have been there, and his low minutes have been 33, which is not that low, to be honest with you. It's average, but it's not low. Shot volume is there, okay? The low volume mark for him is 15. Super efficient. A little bit below 50% here. I mean, these are strong games. Kind of a bad game, actually, that 5 or 17. 29%, 60, 48, 59. 48 is not a bad percentage. 60 is better. 59 is better. 29 is terrible. Now, from 3, the volume has been there except for this one game. He only needs 8 to go over. So when I see this volume, what I'm seeing is that he either goes way over or doesn't come close. So there is no in between. He's not landing right at 8. He's not landing right at 7. He's getting you 9 or 10 or 6. That's way too low. So the fact that he needs 8 to go over, 7 to push, he's clearing that shit. He's clearing that shit. So it is a matter of volume for him. In those 3 games where he goes over 3-pointers made, 3-pointers attempted as well. Look at the shot volume. 17, 21, and 17. 15. 2 more shots. Are they threes? Because if they are threes, he gets you 8, and that's an over right there. This guy needs to shoot 17 times or more. Because over half his shots are from 3. 10 of his 21 shots came from 3. 9 of his 17 came from 3. 9 of his 17 came from 3. That's over 50% of his volume is coming from 3. 15 shot attempts, only 6 from 3. 17 shot attempts gets you 8. If you think he gets you 17 plus shot attempts today, the over on his 3-pointers made look real good. If you feel like this game gets out of hand and we start to see the Pacers sit players and all that kind of bullshit, you want to get like really, really deep into those like game flows, and then maybe you think twice. But based off what we just looked at, I think the over on that looks good. The volume should be there. And his 3 should be there. Boom. All right. I think we got them all. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for today's live stream. After a few days away, we are back. We went over player props. We went over injury news. We went over no turds. That means everyone had a good weekend. We had a great weekend in the Discord. We talked about that. Took a stroll through all the winning slips over in the Discord. 10-day pass, $9.99. $1 a day, basically. And we did our giveaway today. So congratulations to Damien again. $10 coming your way. Hope you can turn that $10 into 1,000. That'd be nice. And then post a winning slip in the Discord. And it all comes full circle. Speaking of coming full circle, we are at the end of this stream. Appreciate y'all being here. If you stuck around this long, you must not have shit to do today. And I appreciate that. So hit that sub button if you haven't subbed up to the channel, and also hit the notification icon so that you don't miss out on future content and posts talking about giveaways where I give out money. So if you don't want to miss out on the next one, make sure you sub up to the channel. Click that icon so you don't miss out. Hit that like button on your way out. As I always say, I wish you all the best of luck, and I hope all of your player props respect the damn coin. We will be back tomorrow with another live stream, 9 a.m. Hopefully we have maximum profits to talk about, minimal turds, 3 tacos. Hopefully tacos are not spoiled. Let's keep our eyes out for those. If you want more plays, if you want more slips, follow me over in the Discord. Tons going on over there. Everybody eats. I'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. sharp, with another player prop talk live stream. And until tomorrow's live stream, Chavez is out.